sorry for that noob intro. Just want to give you guys a short preview on what you'll be learning in this video. So anyway, I'm trying different stuff this week on how I can have fun using Astilla. In fact, I already got a video of it with Mag, and I have a lot of fun playing it. I added a link to that footage at the end of this video. For now, let me share to you another setup which will make you enjoy playing with the Astilla. This setup takes advantage of the unique abilities of Volt. Using Volt's electric shield to make the Astilla great, while blocking enemy attacks. Also, I'm using Volt's discharge ability here for CC. It's really fun to lock up enemies, then deploy your shield and let your Astilla do all the killing. Now, I did really enjoy playing with Astilla plus Mag combo, but the problem is its survivability. I usually get owned by high-level enemies and I really don't like dying a lot in a mission. That is why I decided to find another setup for Astilla, which can offer me both damage and survivability, and I find my Volt to suit this purpose. Now I have done a couple of testings before I decided to share this setup to you guys. I really want to ensure first if the Astilla synergies well with Volt's electric shield. Here are some results during my experimentation. First is, Volt's electric shield does boost the damage of the Astilla. It gives this shotgun extra electric damage per shield. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can only stack 6 shields and that will give you 300% bonus electric damage. Another good thing about this is that the electricity damage bonus can be combined with other elemental types to create compound elements on weapons that have an elemental base damage type, but take note that this does not apply to weapons with a physical base damage type or any continuous trigger weapons. Also, the shields does remove the fall-off damage of this shotgun, which is pretty awesome. However, I really don't recommend using this in long distances, as you can miss shots due to the fact that the slugs splits because of the Hell Chamber mod. Another thing I like about the electric shield is that it gives the Astilla a massive boost in terms of critical damage. The shield does give you 200% bonus critical damage, which helps a lot in melting those enemies in seconds. However, the critical damage bonus does not stack with additional shields. And lastly, with the help of Volt's shield augment, called Transistor Shield, the damage becomes pretty insane. Yes, I know that Transistor Shield does stack 1000 damage only, and it may not be reliable at some scenario if only a few enemies are hitting your shield, but I have taken this build in a long survival mission and ended up getting an infinite damage buff from this augment, as enemies just keep hitting the shield, and the 1000 bonus damage keeps refreshing every time they do that. All in all, Volt's shields does a pretty good job in buffing the damage of your Astilla, but what I really like about this setup is it gives me that defensive capability wherein I can block almost every damage, while dishing out insane damage numbers at the same time. The only problem I see in using this build is with melee enemies, as they can go past the shield, but you can always use your 4th ability to stop them from doing that. And yes, there's those nullifiers. Well, you can't do anything about those enemies but to pop their bubbles before they can reach your shields. Okay, now let's talk about the build I'm using for both Volt and my Astilla. My Volt is all about duration and a bit of range. Since power strength does not affect Volt's electric shields, I did not bother on getting any. And as I've said earlier, the Transistor Shield augment will help you do more damage with your Astilla. When it comes to the aura slot, I choose growing power. Well, it's not really necessary for this build. You can go for steel charge, or you can form this slot and go with any aura you like. And yes, a bit of range will help you stun and lock more enemies with your 4th ability. Fleeting expertise and primed flow are there to support my energy consumption. But you can just go with streamline if you like to. Lastly, this is not a 6 former build. I reached 6 former because I tried a couple of variation before I concluded that this is the best build suited for this kind of playing style. 2 or 3 former would do. Now, let's proceed to my Astilla build. Just like my mag setup, I choose to go with a hybrid crit status build with one exception. Instead of going with an IPS mod like Sweeping Serration, I added a status mod on the dash polarity slot. With a couple of testing, I find out that a status setup would do better than an IPS mod when shooting Astilla slugs through Volt's electric shield. Now, you can modify this build if you like, especially when you have a good Riven mod for Astilla. When it comes to Riven, I strongly advise that you go with crit chance and crit damage, as it will definitely make this shotgun overpowered. When you do have a Riven like this, replace laser sight. Right now, I'm using laser sight to boost my crit damage, as I don't really have a godly Riven mod for my Astilla. Well, the damage is pretty decent, but you really need to ensure you get a headshot first to keep the crit chance up all the time. So far, I don't really have a problem doing this, as I usually stun lock enemies in place with my 4th ability before I start shooting at them. So far, I'm really having a great time with my Volt and Astilla, and I'm hoping that you will also enjoy this setup. I also hope that you enjoy watching this video and find it informative. I'm really happy right now that my little channel is constantly growing every day. I really did not expect that there will be guys on YouTube that will enjoy my content. To all of you who are supporting me, giving me advice and inspiration, I sincerely thank you for doing that. I really appreciate every kind words you're giving me, and because of that, I'm so pumped up to do more entertaining and informative Warframe videos. And for those who are not currently subscribed to my channel, please do me a favor and click that like and subscribe button. Do turn on the notification if you like to watch more Warframe videos on my channel. Thank you guys. I'm really having a great time making videos because of you. See you on my next video. 10-0.